What's up, football heads? I am your host, Jerry Azumah, and you're listening to the To The Points podcast, where I quickly break down primetime NFL matchups and give you some bets that I like. Joining me, I got super host and producer, Sam Brief. He also is the voice of the Chicago Dogs and the Windy City Bulls. He's going to be joining me every single episode.
Honored to be joining you on the podcast here, Zoom. Let's let it rip. It's season 2 of To The Points, a big NFL season. So much that we're watching. Give me a couple storylines on your eye.
I mean, there's so many storylines. Starting off with the Chiefs, they are the defending Super Bowl champions, and they're going to try to defend, their Super Bowl crown. So that is going to be a big storyline, along with the Chicago Bears and Justin Fields. How's he going to do? There's been a lot of questions swirling around the Chicago Bears, and also with polls just reinventing this whole team. So that's going to be something very interesting to look out forward to. And also, the NFC North. There's been a lot of changes. The Lions are supposed to be the top dogs of that division. I'm not exactly sure about that. You have Jordan Love, who's taking over the reins of the Packers. That's going to be very interesting. So there's a lot of different storylines that's going on in the NFL. We'll see how it all falls in place this season.
Lions top dogs. Packers don't have Aaron Rodgers. I feel like the world is falling apart. And speaking of the Lions, Zoom, somehow, some way, they weaseled their way into the opening night matchup on Thursday. The Lions are at Arrowhead taking on the Chiefs Thursday night. So let's get you going. Lions, Chiefs.
Lions and Chiefs, man. Can you believe it? But I tell you what, Dan Campbell, he's done a fantastic job as the head coach of the Lions. He's really got these guys playing at a high level. Last year, they started off the season, I want to say like 1-6. And then they ended up strong. They won 8 out of their last 10 football games down the stretch right after November. So they really turned things around. There's a lot of playmakers all over this team also, especially defensively. You have Hutchinson and Houston on the ends, and they're going to wreak havoc. And then they also added linebacker Jack Campbell from Iowa. Now, I really like this guy. He is a tackling machine. He makes plays all over the place. So they're going to look towards him to really be a presence, especially at the line of scrimmage. And then you have Goff. I mean, last year, Goff played extremely well, especially in the second half of the season. Amon-Ra St. Brown, he's the wide receiver for the Lions. Really good job last year, along with Marvin Jones. Now, those two wide receivers, they can be extremely dangerous, and they can take the ball to the house at any time. They have Sam Laporta, who's a rookie, and then Jamar Gibbs as well, who's the rookie running back who's lightning fast. So they actually have a lot of talent all over the place, especially on the offensive side. But their offensive line is a little bit weak, and I think that's going to be a headache for them moving forward. So Goff has to find a way to get the ball out quick, and he has to find a way to make plays. But I feel like play action pass is going to really help him. Hitting his tight end is really going to help him as well. But like I said, they have playmakers all over the place. But they're going against the Chiefs. And they got to go to Arrowhead to play the defending Super Bowl champions. And you have Mahomes, who's the best quarterback in the NFL. He's a leader. He's accurate. He extends plays. He is the best. And then he'll be throwing the ball to Kelsey, who's the best tight end in the NFL as well. So Detroit, I mean, they have some problems on their head. They have to go into Arrowhead Stadium. They have to see if they can win this game. I don't know if it's actually going to be possible. They're saying no Chris Jones because of the contract dispute. So that's going to make the Lions a little bit easier and, a little at ease because they won't have that instant pressure by Chris Jones and what he brings. But I just overall think that they just have too much firepower going on with the Chiefs. And I don't think the Lions can overcome that. So when we get to the points, I like the Chiefs to win this game. Right now, the spread is about 6.5. It might change as we get closer to time of kickoff, but 6.5 sounds about right. I see the Chiefs actually rolling over them a little bit. I want to say double digits here. And then I also like the over. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored. I think Goff is going to go off. I like him to air the ball out. I think that they'll establish a run, try to at least, because there's no Chris Jones, but I think that they'll air out the ball and score a lot of points. So I like the over 54.5 points. And some prop bets that I like is Amon-Ra St. Brown. I like him to have 2 touchdowns. And I actually like Goff to throw over 250 yards and 2 touchdowns as well.
So Chiefs win in primetime. Here's a nugget for you, Zoom. In season opening games with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, Mahomes has 18 touchdowns, no interceptions, over under 0.5 interceptions.
Oh my goodness, Sam, don't do this to me. I'm gonna say under. I'm gonna go with the under. Got to go with under on this one.
Smart man. All right, Bears, Packers. Here we go. No Aaron Rodgers. We're going to be at Soldier Field. Justin Fields, Jordan Love. Give me your thoughts.
The Bears, Packers, the oldest rivalry in the NFL history. I mean, it's going to be opening day, Soldier Field, America's game of the week. And right now, the Bears are actually the favorite, 1.5-point favorites. And I actually like that. But I'll tell you what, it starts with the GM for the Chicago Bears, Poles. He's really adjusted this whole entire offense and defense. The whole roster has completely changed. The only constant right now is Fields. He's going into his 3rd season, so he has to put some weapons around him, and he did that. He picked up DJ Moore. Chase Claypool, we need him to come alive. Mooney, he's a deep threat. But I would say the spade of all of this is Cole Kmet. Cole Kmet has to be that guy. He has to be that presence in the middle of the football field for Fields to throw the ball to. And he has to be Fields' best friend, I think. And I'm really excited to see Roschon Johnson. I mean, this guy out of Texas has been really explosive, and he has a big upside. Now, the offensive line is the one thing that worries me, because right now we're not healthy. We're not 100%, and we're going into this football season. So there is a concern right there. You don't want Justin Fields running for his life all the time. And even though he's a great runner, we would still like to see him, protected and pass the ball in the pocket. But it's going to be a really nice challenge for the Chicago Bears, especially against the Packers, because the Packers are pretty much intact. They don't have Rodgers, obviously, but they have Jordan Love coming in, and he has his 2nd start. And everything else is pretty much intact if you look at this team. If you look at the offense, they have Christian Watson, who pretty much destroyed us last year. So I think that he's going to come in and see a lot of touches this game. Romeo Doubs is another one. Mr. Reed. So they have Luke Musgrave as their tight end. Aaron Jones is there as well. So they have a lot of solid playmaking ability. Jordan Love doesn't have to do anything spectacular. He just has to get the ball into the playmaker's hands. So it's going to be a real challenge. This should be a fun game. It should be an explosive game. We should see a lot of different plays left and right. But I really am going with the Chicago Bears on this one. I think that the Chicago Bears need to grind this thing out. I think that they need to find ways to victory and find ways to win. And I think that they can do that. Now, it's the beginning of the season. We don't really know what's going to happen. We don't really know their, offensive philosophy and how the dynamic and everything is going to gel as a team collectively. But I have a lot of trust that, certain things have been done to put players in the right position. And I really trust this coaching staff. Eberflus has a pulse on this team, and I think that he's going to basically lead this team to make sure that they get this win on opening night, because it'll be really big for the city of Chicago. So I'm taking the Chicago Bears, baby, on this one.
I love it. Man? The Bears haven't beaten the Packers since 2018, a record of 5-25 in the last 15 years.
Right.
How big would this one be? Man, I love it.
This will be huge. And the bets that I like, when we go to the points, I'm taking the Bears to cover the 1.5-point favorites. So I think that they're going to win this outright. The under is 43.5. The over under is about 43.5. I kind of like the under. I think that they're not going to light up the scoreboard. I think this will be kind of like a grinded out type of game, but I do like the Bears to cover the spread at 1.5 and, get this first win at Soldier Field, which would be really big. It's a big divisional game, divisional rivalry, and it's alumni weekend as well. So I will be in the house, and I'm looking forward to watching this.
Zoom, I'll be watching, and when the Bears finish up a win, I'm going to look for a camera shot of you just pumping both fists in the air, Tiger Woods at the Masters style. So let's get it.
Absolutely. Thank you, Sam. So next up, we have the Money Minute. Right now, we're going to go to Jarrett Payton, the son of the best running back in the history of the National Football League, Walter Payton. Jarrett Payton, let's take it away, baby.
What's up, man? Well, listen, I appreciate you guys for having me. Before training camp started, I was really on this train. I thought this was going to be an easy one for the Bears. I was like, oh, week 1, get the dub. But watching through the preseason a little bit and watching Jordan Love, I'm giving that young man a lot of credit. I think he's going to be good. Defensively, they got a really good defense. They just got to put it together on the defensive side of the ball. So I don't think it's going to be easy for the Bears. I just believe at home opener, Bears win this game. Oof. I'm going to say 17-10. Bears get the dub. Yeah, that's what I'm going with. I think they're going to. Now I can't tell you after that, but I just know. I just feel like they're going to get this. They're going to get a dub.
All right, guys, this has been To The Points. You are with Jerry Azumah with my man Sam Brief, and we are out of here.